uncertainty by buying required insurance policies to ensure that any uncertainty do not eat up your savings. Build contingency corpus. Second step is to build contingency corpus up to 6 to 9 months of your monthly expenses. This will protect your long-term investments from the contingencies like loss of job or slowdown in business. Set financial goals. Third step is to set financial goals and find out when and how much money would you require to achieve these financial goals. Create portfolio. Fourth step is to select right asset class and product to invest and to achieve your financial goals based on the time horizon and your risk appetite. Portfolio review. Fifth step is to review your portfolio periodically and do the necessary adjustments into it based on the remaining time period to achieve each goal. To create a financial plan and to review it periodically, always take the help of your financial advisor.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk.
So these are the different things what we sometimes try to do it is very, very common. It's not only the women or the doctors. I'm just trying to say these are the mentality where we have bring and brought up and all the stuff. It's called herd mentality, which is the very highest. And I can bet you for this, if I have at least 3 calls in a day, I'm talking about prospective calls because people, my number is in my social media and others, people call me directly. At least 1/3 will talk. Can I talk about, or can you tell me about this fund or this product? Because my uncle, auntie, or my somebody has taken and I wanted to take the same. So, or it will say that some of my, most of the time, either friends has told me. So I wanted, if I get a reference from any customers, most of the time I'll ask who is giving a reference and all the stuff. And being a privacy on the financial side, so we never declare, but we will say that, okay, they are the friends and all the stuff. So we will know how those people are being in the similar level. But first thing they will ask me, you tell me what my friend has taken, I will take the same. And I keep telling them, your friends, maybe incomes are different, your families are different, accountability is different. No, Rachna. He said he got it 16% or some percentage return. So I want to take the same. And most of the time, even if I have given the same, he may not get it at 16% returns. But the reason is because his friend must have been doing investing from last 5 years or 10 years. The entering of the markets are very, very, very different. So please, there's a myth which I wanted you to all to understand. There is a tendency to follow and copy the investor. Please don't do it. This has been influenced by emotions, and we try, as a woman, we take, not only women, but I'm saying lot many times, we goes always by the emotions. And we don't do the independent analysis, what is good for me. So please try to do it what you think is good for you. And I can bet you for it, if you have a good person who is maybe advisor or a maybe friend, family, who is taking a neutral advice, go to them and find it across. So this is the another level I want you to come up with, saying that I will invest what I like. That other person may not want, because that person, I'm just giving example as a real example, that person is actually has been earning very good and they have only one kid and they are very sure that they don't want the kids to go abroad for the higher education. But the another ones, they have 2 kids and they wanted to go for higher education, where the goals are different, the quantum is different. How I can give the same fund? So this is most of the time, it's very tough for any one of us, because when I say this is no, because it's not going along with my thought, they may not do it through me. And then they have gone to the other person, it happens. And most of the time, the good thing is most of my customer, if they go out after a few years, they come back to me only. Because I believe the fundamental never change. And we have to understand, how faster we understand, it's easier for us to make the next level of goal achievement. So most of us, we go blindly what everyone is thinking. And if we have our own way of working, you will achieve those very things. So I'm just going to putting what is a herd mentality.
Familiar with the phrase called herd mentality? We all are victims of it. In 1950s, psychologist Mr. Ash performed the experiment to test the effect of herd mentality on your decision. He called the group of participants and he drew 3 lines and asked them to identify whether an A, B or C is closest in length to line X. Out of all participants, some were actors and told in advance to give the wrong answer purposefully. First, second and third actor gave C as an answer. The actual participants got confused and gave wrong answer just like others, though he knew the right answer. Ash did these experiments with many such groups and found that 75% of the participants gave wrong answer to go along with the group. This is called herd mentality. While investing also, most people get caught into herd mentality and want to invest into hot stock or sector where everyone else is investing. It's human nature to follow others, but when it comes to investing something which is right for everyone else, may not be right for you. On other version of the earlier experiments, when all participants were given a partner, only 5% of them gave the wrong answer. Having someone to advise you decreases the chance of getting caught in herd mentality. To ensure that you don't become the victim of herd mentality and stay on disciplined approach towards investing, call us now.
So please make sure whenever you are doing any investment, you can do the best part from all of you is that you have a Google. So try to do either yourself or get somebody help, take a unbiased part, what is good for you, and just go ahead. These are the different things what how I heard mentality come. So I remembered Anil, no, normally when I'll be telling when is the market going up or down or something, so he says that when the regular, so he keeps teasing me and all the stuff. So I was telling, this person was telling, that person was telling, and means so many people who are not even aware of a market, they'll say okay, market is going down, so he said don't worry, now it will go up, because it's always a reverse of the normal mentality. So I always believe it is the thing, most of us we go into two things called a fear and greed. So that is the actual things which create of these financial things of herd mentality, that how people behave. So most of the time when it's going high high high, so I'll give you a simple example now was the crypto. Every time, I think so till last budget only in India we have allowed, which was called as an asset, not a currency, and giving a 30% of taxation side. But everybody it is going this, I've got it this much million billion 2 time 10 times x time. So we were having a lot of customer asking me, why don't you recommend? I said no, it is as per SEBI, it's not allowed, so we are not giving across. So I went to the doctor because somebody given a reference that he wants to invest. So he's a very well-known doctor in Bangalore, and he's, I think so, 28 years in the same hospital, very well-known hospital also. So he said, Rashna, I have only 10 minutes time. So I said, well, fair enough. You let me know how I can help you. So he said, see, the reason is I'm so busy and all this stuff because I don't know, sometimes suddenly in the night I have to do surgery and other things. So I don't have a much time. So that's the reason I have keep putting in FDs. So either the banker keeps coming and giving to me something insurance, when today it is gone above 8 insurance, then I realize I should be very careful, because I may not be having so much of insurance premium to pay and all this stuff. So I wanted to do others, and that's why my one of your friend gave your reference. I said, great, so you have gone to the right place. So I said, okay, so what else you do? So he said, no, I don't want much risk because I don't have a time, and I don't know to have to make sure that follow the market and other things. So I have been doing, but my we have it in a tea times and all others. So I don't want anything which is very risky. You give it to me which is non-risky side. So I said, okay, I'll give you the low risk data and all the stuff, or a funds which will have a low risk. Then he just maybe last 3 minutes is left. Then he says, Can I ask you something? I said, yeah, why not? So he says, when you're giving a proposal, please make sure you give at least 50% crypto, okay? And my heart was beating much higher than anybody else. And I said, why? Because just now what I understood from him, he doesn't want a risk and he doesn't want to have a time and all. My friend has told me crypto is guaranteed 10 times you will get the money. And that was a bombshell for me. How the people's thought changes when somebody, near and dear ones, and somebody has been telling. And then I'm telling in a diplomatic, first of all, I don't know how to talk diplomatically. And I'm trying my best to say that person, no, I will give it across, but you don't know how the cryptocurrency, as of today, we don't know it is, what is a taxation, what are good. We don't know, there are so many players has gone, wind it up and all this stuff. No, Rachna, my friend has told these are guaranteed fund. I have sending him so many things, and now he said he will get back to me, but he just got back to me. He says, I've lost that much of money, Rachna. So sometimes whenever we go into herd mentality, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. So this situation with that customer or the doctor, I have realized two things, that sometimes we underestimate the word risk. We give so much importance to because my friend has told. We are not understanding our portfolio, what, how much I can do. So if somebody is to ask me how much crypto I can give, even without a Rachna or Right Horizons advice, I used to tell them, please invest that much. If it becomes zero, it's not impacting any of your goals, and if it has become 10x is your bonus. But you have to know that, can I put a 50% into same single fund or not? May not be right. So he may be the best surgeon, but he may not be able to understand the underlying part of that product. So please try not to go from herd mentality. Second is, it's a very common, and when I meet a lot of women and all this is, no, I'm working at home and I'm not sure, I don't have enough money. This is the second myth I keep getting across, but you will not believe it. As I started with saying, investing is not for rich or poor. I can give you as many example. I can write one full book itself on our customers. The people who are earning much, much lesser, they have a bigger portfolio than the people who are earning more. It is again a behavior, how you are making a investing style, how you are disciplined, how you are making sure it's a long term wealth or not. Are you going to achieve those goal achievement? Very, very powerful, because we never realize the power of compounding. That is the best part. So please, even as a housewife and all, if you are getting a smaller amount, even 1,000 rupees, put it across. We all are very good persons, and including I have seen my mom and all the stuff. They will save money, they will put it in the purse, they will put it in somewhere else, but they never invest. There's a lot of difference in saving and investment. Investment will give you some returns, but saving under the bed or under the things will not give it across. So please try to understand, whatever money you have to understand where you can put. Maybe it's an FD, I'm fair enough. Put it in FDs if you feel that's the best part of it, as long as it's not taking care of much of your taxation and other things. But if it is your 30% tax, always look, my any investment post tax, post inflation must be greater than zero. So if my inflation as on today, I'm taking a 6%. So any investment giving you post tax 6 must be going across. Otherwise, you are eroding the money. My FDs are giving me 3.5%, means what, 100 rupees today, I'm getting 103 rupees, but the value of that 100 is already become 106. So I am eroding it. So that's another part I want you to understand. This is just the same what I have explained you. So I'll just put it across why sometimes financial advisor is important, or any person who can help you.
Almost all information and literature you seek about various investment products is available on internet. Then why do you require the financial advisor? In the war of Kurukshetra, Kauravas had the best warriors and bigger army. Even Sri Krishna gave the Narayani Sena to them, which was never defeated by anyone. On the other hand, Pandavas had smaller army. Still, they won the battle because they had the right advice from Sri Krishna at crucial times during the war. Similarly, during the uncertain time, it is the right advice which is more important than any other information and literature. To achieve your financial goals, it is very crucial to choose the most ideal investment product from the wide range of products, and therefore, it is advisable to take the help of the financial advisor. Right advice from financial advisor helps you to stay away from the emotions and also encourages you to stick to the most logical way of investing so that you can easily achieve your financial freedom. Always consult financial advisor before investing. The objective of this video is solely to spread.
Third part is very important. As I started my presentation here, is low risk funds are the best bet, Rachna. And I have given enough things where which are the low risk. Maybe I have in a fixed deposit or recurring deposit, bonds, gold, real estate. Okay, so it can be PF, PPF, of course, it is being taken care of. So my question here is always that same thing what I told. If your low risk returns are taking care of post tax, post inflation, 0 plus, you are good to go. But most of the time, it is good to have a diversification and asset allocation because our aspirations are much higher. We have to increase our portfolio as a power of compounding and other things. So what we can do it, low risk is like we call as a debt funds or a fixed returns fund kind of it. You should keep it 100 minus your age. So your age is like, for example, I'm saying somebody is 30 or 35. So 65, you can go into the equity, and 35, you can put it into these things, which is taking care of both the side of a debt and equity. Nowadays, lot many people are doing, of course, it's a very good, which I taken up next, normally different session, it's called retirement planning or alternative income, I always says, that nowadays they are giving 6% tax-free returns, and which is 6% tax-free return is equivalent to like a 9% of FD for next 25 years or 30 years. So that's another things which people are been doing. Bonds are been doing good because gold fixed deposits are going down. Gold has not given so great in the 10 years perspective. So one of our doctor who is very well known to us, and I was asking yesterday night to him, why you think most of the time doctors or women doesn't go across? So he's saying one is, of course, they may have it money which is a cash, that's a one point of it, but he says even including me, I just buy the only real estate and the gold. So I was poking him and I said, why you always want to buy a real estate? So he says, no, I feel that this always appreciate and it always give me the good return. You have a rental income. So he was explaining me this. So I said, okay, let us do, I'm not saying that you should invest, but let us do as a homework itself. So it was 10:30 night yesterday when I was chatting with him and all the stuff. So we started writing his real estate. Okay. And which is giving a rent also, and how much is as per him, how much approximation, maybe value as on today. Any guess, anybody wants to take it now that how much return he must be getting? So he is getting approximately 3.4% returns. And he said, Rachna, this is the eye-opening for me because last 2 years, the things has been so bad and I'm not able to sell the real estate and send my kid abroad for higher studies. And that's my lifetime, I can say, mistake, because he wants to go abroad and I didn't have a money. That he didn't have a money, he do had a money, but it was in a fixed assets. So he has around 7 real estates and he was not able to sell. So sometimes Most of the time when we are talking, I've seen the people go for either gold or a LIC or a real estate. Things are, they are the fixed funds. So whenever you invest, you should make sure at any point of a time, your 50% of your portfolio must be able to liquidate. When your goals are coming, achieving close by 2 years or 3 years in minus, you start removing those fixed assets to the higher, to the debt funds, or you can move from equity to balance, balance to debt, that your goals are always achievable. That's another third thing I wanted to share with. Please make sure that it always happen. I'm just going to send you the another option where I did this. If you see which are the low risk FD, RD, PF, insurance, real estate, gold, tax free bond, arbitrage funds, also even though it's come under taxation and equity, but it is a debt kind of fund, fixed maturity funds. If you see, this is for 81 till 2019. If I take FD at zero tax, it's coming 2.64. These are averaging. If I taking a 25% tax, it is coming 0.44. Gold is giving 2.43 and Sensex is 9.86. So if you see that how the inflation adjusted returns are coming is so low. So most of the time we never realize the biggest part of our return goes in tax and inflation also. So we have to understand that post tax and post inflation is very important. So these are my key takeaway for the behavior side on herd mentality, how to make sure that don't have always a low risk funds. You should have the both part of it. There is nothing called that more money only should invest. Anybody can do it. Power of compounding will take care of all those part of it. So I have already told what are the financial planning. So it's come under wealth creation, wealth management, and wealth preservation. These are the goals which most of the people have it. Taking care, retirement is becoming the one of the biggest goal now, because for others you may have a education loan, you may have a home loan, you have a car loan, but you don't have a retirement, anything which you can do it. The reverse mortgage is very common in abroad, but it has not yet come here. That may be the alternative in your future, but otherwise we should have a good corpus to do it. This is the another thing I wanted to share it because it came to me last week. Somebody told me ki Rachna, I wanted a annuity plan, and annuity plans are like a pension plans which will you will give it like a 10 years and they will give you 25 years or till lifetime, either options are there. So I told, why you wanted to take an annuity plan? Because pension plans are not taking care of your life cover, but they become a taxable. Okay, so there are different options. So please make sure when you are getting the money, there are nowadays they are becoming very, I can say, innovative in the insurance also. So they give the life cover only for 5 years or 10 years. So as per the income tax rule called 1010D, you are getting the money as a tax free. So this is the another thing. He says nobody told me that pension is a taxable. So the word annuity and pensions are taxable, and other retirement plan which is giving you, they called as a monthly income plan or a alternative income, they are. So anytime if you are taking it, realize one thing, that those money is coming as a fixed. So you must take care of inflation by another portfolio. Second thing is, try to see if possible how to tax optimize also. So this is asset allocation, which is very important part of our life. So I just wanted to put that.
Abhimanyu, son of great archer Arjuna, was a great warrior when Kauravas created a Chakravyuh during the war of Kurukshetra. Abhimanyu knew how to enter the Chakravyuh, but didn't know how to exit from the same. This ignorance of exit strategy costed him his precious life. Similarly, most investors are also like Abhimanyu. They invest in equity but don't know how and when to exit. We all try to enter at low and exit at high. Easier said than done. What is the solution? Follow asset allocation strategy. Asset allocation means deciding the ideal mix of equity and debt proportion in your portfolio and review it periodically. Asset allocation will automate the process of buying more when markets are low and booking partial profits when markets are high. To maintain the asset allocation, when equity exposure goes up due to surge in market, sell some portion of equity and invest in debt. When equity exposure goes down due to correction in market, sell some portion of debt and invest in equity. Or you can just invest in hybrid mutual funds with fixed asset allocation mix, which does exactly the same. To find out the ideal asset allocation based on your risk profile and to review it periodically, take the help of financial advisor now.
So these are the 4 steps for making yourself financially, I can say, freedom. Today you set your goals, take those smart decisions and execute. Always have a patience for a long term and manage the risk. So with this, I just winded up with my session, and I love to have any queries and question. Please let me know.
Ma'am, we have 2 questions in chat box.
Yeah.
So
I'll just check. Dr. Madhuri, what is arbitrage fund? How to find the right kind of advisor? There are some advisors who is not reveal all the details. See, there is a lot many. I can tell you, if you are going to the new place, how you find the good doctors. We normally ask our neighbors who are even including here. We have our WhatsApp chat, and they keep asking, "I want a gynecologist. I want this. What are the reference you do it?" So most of the time, advisors 3 or 4 things you can look at. You can ask reference. That's the first point of view. Second is you can say how long he's been working with the knowledge wise. You will know that how it has been working across. Third thing is you always try to make sure that person when you're first meeting is transparent enough or not. These are the 3 things which normally able to do are to have the advisor perspective. Many times these are our patients. Okay. Yeah, so this is the another thing I can understand. It's sometimes you won't believe when we do the family office, on an average, people who are having above 5 to 8 crores, I have seen they will have 3 things, and they say the same thing, Rachna, for a networking and for a relationship, I have to do that. That is over and above, always there. So we try to do the advisory, including all of them. Last week, somebody called me, Rachna, I have moved it, but I want my banker has been asking me, can you tell me? So I said, okay, these funds are good. Will please invest through them. So it is fair enough with any advisor to have a relationship. They do tell. I hope I answered Dr. Madhuri. There is another question. So I'm not able to answer. Anything else? That's one question, Sanjay, or any other question?
No.
Okay, what is arbitrage fund? So it is arbitrage is by nature is like I'm just talking, forget it fund perspective. I'm just talking about what is arbitrage. Like you can say, that I will take the funds, or maybe let us say currency, dollar currency as soon as, because Australia has started much earlier. From there, I purchase and then I convert into the INR. Then after INR, the trades are over. The US trades will start working. And then when I sell it at a US currency there, it may be 0.1%, 0.2% difference on the currency comes. The difference of the money, you make the profit. So that's all actually called our arbitrage. You buy from one place and sell. And I was very surprised. Very recently, somebody told the difference in NSE and BSE is 3 rupees, madam, for one stock. So if I buy from NSE, I'm just giving example, like let us say Wipro or Infi itself, 1,200 rupees, and somebody NSE is what 1,200, and BSE is 1,202 rupees or 3 rupees. The 3 rupees difference is an arbitrage. So similarly, the arbitrage funds are also concept is the same. So where it is coming under debt, but they have things that they can go equity full 70 and above. That's why the taxation come under the equity taxation. So the reason I said arbitrage funds in a debt side is because the taxation perspective, they are the better off. So the another question here is how multi-cap funds perform. So anytime whenever we are giving a funds, we normally says large, mid, small, multi-cap and balanced fund to divide into overall level. And we believe the next few years, multi and the large cap also will do a very good thing. Do What's it? Do it advisable to stop LIC premium conventional and invest the same premium into mutual fund? I will not, because including me, because my mom-in-law was LIC, I may have around 9 or 10 plus LICs, but an 80s triple C was there every time and all the stuff. So what I have noticed is those people, if you see, are actually quantum wise, it's a very, very minimum. One is at 10,000 rupees, one is 12,000 and all this. So that value is not there. So if I surrender, I may not get the good amount. So most of the time, I always say people to continue the things until unless you just see yourself, if the surrender value are coming good, then you should stop it and take in mutual fund. Otherwise, please continue. Is ULIP is good? Yes, ULIPs are good because it used to give it across most of the time a tax-free returns. But now they are trying to be doing an on par with this SIP or whatever. I don't know what was the reason they have put, but above 2.5 lakhs, they have told it will become a taxable. So you can take till 2.5. So if you have a good term cover, then you can go into the mutual fund directly, because ULIP we have to understand how much, or if you are doing it, I'm just giving example because I was doing analysis for one of my customer and I said, okay, ULIP surrender is coming, this I should do or not. I realized this called mortality charges. If you see the statement of thing, it was coming very, very high for just 30 lakhs of, and if I take a 30 lakhs of term cover for her, it was coming one third. So I said, I need not to continue because this mortality charge will continue for the same amount. So whenever you are taking a ULIP surrender or taking across, depends on what is the reason you're taking. If you're taking for kids for long, it works well. But most of the time, I have seen people take ULIP only for 5 years. And when I have done analysis, it doesn't work if you're not keeping more than 8 years. So good fund, make for more than 8 years, it takes care of that. Otherwise, take a good term cover and you can do SIPs and other things. For beginners, your advice whether to go to equity or mutual fund, many time we tend to invest in hybrid funds. Yes, for a beginners, I normally says that it depends how you are looking for. Take 2 to 3 funds. Like yesterday, that person, she was 27, I think. So she herself started saying, I'm feeling bad. I have been working for 5 to 6 years and I have not saved. So I said, don't worry. First, if you want to take care of a tax planning or not, only on the old regime you can take care of ELSs. Then you can start looking across. You are looking for what? So whenever you are taking mutual fund or any investment, first thing I normally ask, this money you wanted for which duration? Short term, long term, and mid term. For me, short term is 0 to 3, 3 to 7, and 7 and above. Then I will say that you want a hybrid fund or a mid cap or equity. I normally, so my way of working is go top down. So what are debt and equity ratio we should have as per your age? Then you look at what is the duration and the goals you are looking, and then go for it. But yes, always to start is go for an SIP. Take all the 3 funds. You take large, hybrid, and one debt to take care of a contingency part of it. Out of hybrid and flexi cap fund, which is better? Both of them are not apple to apple. So normally when you compare, you can't say that apple is better than mango, because mango have a different taste and different, I can say, properties, and same thing with an apple. So hybrid funds are combination of debt and equity. and flexi cap is full 100% equity. So returns are different, your risk is different, your tenures are different. Most of the time, hybrid funds are good when you're looking 1 to 5 years also. But when you're looking equity, you should look above 5 years perspective. Any other questions anybody have? I'll be happy and talking about Right Horizons. We are 18 years old wealth management firm. Our purpose is to make sure people achieve their financial goals and give an awareness program. We'll be happy to help you if you want. Sanjay will give it to you the video and feedback. Your feedbacks are always happy to improve myself and how our quality of webinars. And we do every Saturday. Please let us know how we can happy to take care of your feedback and do better next time, or any other particular topic if you are looking, we'll be happy to do that. Have a wonderful week and enjoy yourself. And I think so Valentines are coming. Go and have a Valentine, one more reason to enjoy.